today we are going to talk about our Mean Girls quotes inspired finale. This project pan has not been that successful. So, let's just get into it and explain it. This was a Pantastic Ladies collab, and it was from October 3rd, which is Mean Girls Day, to April 30th, which was the premiere of the movie. I am a few days late with this. I'm having problems with my editing program. Things were just... Anyways, I'm a few days late. So, you have a quote. You have a makeup item that relates to that quote, and that's how it works. So, let's start off. On Wednesdays, we wear pink, which I chose the Wet n Wild Coloricon blush in Pearlescent pink. At one point, I thought that was my favorite blush in the entire world. Well, I started with 33 grams. I was 32 grams last update, and I have since decluttered it. If you're interested in why I decluttered it, I will link that up here. It's called The Men's Game. And I decluttered quite a bit of stuff out of my home and my head. Okay, number 2. I'm not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. So I used the Kevyn Aucoin, the Pure Powder Glow Shadore, in Shadore. It was originally 34 grams and it is down to 32 grams. Oh, why did it do that? Okay, there we go. It's a beautiful soft pink. When you swatch it, you can barely see it. And in the wintertime, I love this. It's so beautiful. It just gives you that really pink glow. In the summertime, not so much. Soft pinks are not my favorite, but they work well. And I'm good with that. So, I will continue to use it in the wintertime. Next, I really want to lose 3 pounds, which, of course, like everyone else, I chose a bronzer. I chose the Tarte Park Avenue Preincess Chisel palette. It is beautiful. And I have been focusing on Princess cut right here. And if you can look in there and see right at the top right there, it has a really good dip. I mean, I don't use a ton of bronzer, so that's a huge dip. This started out in the beginning of the project at 272 grams. This packaging is heavy. And it's now currently 270 grams. So that's 2 grams of product. That's about what I would expect from a bronzer, so I'm okay with that. Next, it was Full Tilt Jungle Madness. So, of course, I chose the Winky Luxe Kitten palette. And I love this palette. And I was using Cateye right here. And it has quite a bit of pan. It had pan when I started this project, and the pan has expanded. This was originally, I think it was 100, yes, 100 grams. It's been 100 grams all through the project, even though I use that. I use it quite a bit. 100 grams. Well, this update, well, this isn't an update. This is the finale. It is 99 grams. Finally, a gram of product. Let's see what it says. Well, each one of these eyeshadows, it says is a little over a gram. Because there's 9 eyeshadows. It has 13.5 grams total, so, yeah. I used, this shadow up here, this one right here, this one right here. I think once I dipped into this. So, you know, I used a little bit of everything, I think. but mostly Cateye, because that could go with anything. I could use that with any look, anything. I just love that. It's a beautiful color. So next, she doesn't even go here. So of course I used the J Cat Love Struck blusher and bronzer in Sweet Pea Pink. The reason I chose this was because when I put this in this project, I already had it in another project. And look at all that pan. Isn't that beautiful? I've just become obsessed with finishing this blush. I'm assuming it's going to take me like 2 years. Whatever. I love this blush. I use it all the time. Come on, Pooh. And at the beginning of the project, it was 27 grams. Last update was 25 grams, and it is currently 23 grams. Let's see. How many grams of product are in here? 7.5. So, we're getting real low on this. Next, That's So Fetch. So that would be Becca, Shimmering, Skin Perfector, Pressed Powder, and Prosecco Pop. It was 65 grams when I started the project. It was 64 grams on my last update. And it's currently 63 grams. Right here, there's a little bit of a dip right here. And I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I can't use a lot of this. I have to really share it out. I think it's beautiful, but I have to really share it out and use a real light hand with it. So I'm not going to go through it fast. Why are you so obsessed with me? Sleek. When the Sun Goes Down. Eyeshadow palette. Miniature version. Miniature version. Started off at 40 grams. Now you gotta understand, there's only 2 grams of product in here. Only 2 grams of product in 6 months. Okay. So, I'm sorry, 2.4 grams of product. So, I've never gotten a bad look out of this palette, this little tiny itty bitty palette. Oh, no, seriously, look at that. How tiny is that? That's a tiny palette. But it's beautiful. And if this gives you any idea of what the large palette, the normal size palette, how long that'll last, I mean, it's like, you know, when you have a genie and you wish for a lifetime supply of something, that's what you get in this little tiny palette. So, it started off at 40, yeah, it was 40 grams 6 months ago, and it's been 40 grams through the whole project. And now, for the finale, it is finally 39 grams. What I'm doing, though, I have a project going. I haven't uploaded it, but I emptied out a palette. Ta-da! This was the worst eyeshadow ever in my entire life. I got it in a makeup swap, which was a terrible idea. I always wanted to do a makeup swap. I thought it would be really fun. Well, it wasn't. And I cleaned this out. The eyeshadows that are in here that I still want, I'm going to repress into actual pan sizes that I can use. The eyeshadows I really like this green and this copper and this brown, have gotten so deep into there that I can only get it out with either a detailed brush or maybe a pencil brush. And it's like, no, that's not the way I want to use it. So I'm going to take some of the eyeshadows out, if not all of the eyeshadows. And I'm going to put them in a regular size pan so I can actually use a regular size brush so I can actually finish the eyeshadow. And yes, that sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy because they're little tiny itty bitty pans. But I like the eyeshadow. I just can't get to it anymore. It's so deep for how tiny the pans are. This has turned into a project, but I'm going to finish this. And between this palette and this blush, I'm going to finish them. So, that's how things ended. And there were 10 products to begin with. 2 of them I've finished, and 2 of them I've decluttered, and 2 of them I've become obsessed with. So, I don't know if you call that a successful project or not. I don't really consider that a successful project. Well, I don't know. I'd give it maybe a C, because that eyeshadow palette and that blush are going to be finished. So anyways, I hope you like this project. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!